lawyer na woboni din na nkasa no sebi me hu ne physical say da me hu ne da but onim na dwuma wo ye nani so onye collect lawyer
we lawyer wedi enkofo nsema on Jessica Crow home in the past
onye hu na dwuma nani so yi because oye lawyer ye dwuma na cha and abe judge be a lawyer na.
I doubt the lawyer knows his work. He's yet to understand the job. Before a lawyer defends someone, he needs to speak to the person and understand the issues. This lawyer doesn't even know them. The children have been with me from infancy. If children who stay with a man of God engage in such an act, how does the lawyer come in?
You have to see the person personally. And yet at the same on air. You don't know the family people. Or Bana who can ask one person defend him. You don't know her. Akola Bema no person defend. You don't know him. You don't know the parents and who never see your phone. And Kola Tram in chain for 8 years. Me na ma show more from infancy, from childbirth. Ma show more starting from infancy kwa be 8 years. Bema was 16 years. Obana was 14 years. 18 Kola Kitwa Ashro. 8 na shop fee. As a lawyer, what is the meaning of lawyer? Lawyer.
Is he the lawyer for everybody? He needs to speak to all parties in order to understand the issues. Children often are on their own. I still can't understand why such young ones would do this. What baffles me is the intention to abort the baby. If the girl had died, Ghanaians would have held me responsible. God revealed this to me because I fasted and prayed. Thanks be to God, his revelation has prevented the girl from dying. So I decided to punish them. I have the full video. I flogged them with my belt. I have an understanding of the law, hence I didn't just use the belt anyhow.
Okay, Bishop, I want to see you personal and both of the family. Let me your loyalty Emma Gama and your loyalty Emma Nimu Eduma and Fata Samu near Juma.
So God willing, we've been promised a full interview, extended interview by producer Kwabna Chenchanhine Boating, and I'm sure it will be coming in one of these days. Okay. So how was the interview with him?
Why are you asking me that?
I thought you were trying to smile in there. Was it funny?
It was a good conversation.
Great
Listen,
conversation.
the man is cool.
It's cool.
He's cool. Greatly misunderstood sometimes. He's got his own ways of operating. Listen, you don't go to every church, do you? You don't believe in every church, do you? You don't believe in every man of God, do you? You wouldn't follow every person, would you?
Nope.
So that's it. I mean, he's got his following. They believe in his cause. They believe in what he does. And they will forever stick with him.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I saw him. That's how I wanted to see him, honestly. I wanted to have an open mind. And I wanted to know his beginning. So, you know, he started off as an evangelist. He said he started preaching on buses, in the marketplaces. So he's very known in Kumasi, for instance, because that's where he started off from. He started off, I think, Assemblies of God Church. And the pastor, the head pastor of the church where he was, is still his spiritual father. Even though the man has compared to what he has, a very small congregation, he's still very much with him and he recognizes him. So he's come from very humble beginnings, if you like. He acknowledges that he's dusted, like he is rich. He doesn't run away from it, you know. And he drives a very cool car. Every lady would love what he drives. Okay, so this is it. He said he drives a Range Rover Autobiography. And to be honest with you, I'd not heard of the Autobiography. So I was wondering, I said, oh, I don't know. I said, oh, my car no. Se utuma, and yes, over tumbayo, utum kitwe, vinaka I can't. Na se wo driving, na se obi cross no when huna, one bo break car no be breaky, and then Autobiography. was cool. It was
great.
cool. We talked about his wife. You know, a lot of people have said so many
Florence.
things about his wife, Florence. And I was surprised to know that he met Florence at a very early stage when he was evangelizing, like when he wasn't the Obinim that we know today. So they've known each other for a very long, time. It's not like she met him when he was rich or anything of the sort. Yeah. And then he said, oh, they fight that. The relationship is just like any other relationship. They've got their good days and their bad days, just like in your marriage, just like in my marriage, It's just, he has his own ways. And then I asked him about the elections as well, because I was interested. Maybe some filler, some prophecy be. And then he said, maybe a Ghana
He didn't want trouble.
Me bomb by my papa Mahama. Then he mentions the Kufuadu's name. He mentioned Pakwesidu's name, and then Ayariga's name, surprisingly. And he says he prays for all of them, and anybody who becomes president is cool with it.
He's okay with it. Great interview it was, and I know that we'll try as much as possible to give a lengthy time for that very whole interview when we have the time on the AM show.
Yeah, he's also been controversial in terms of, you remember Crunchy Ankara, and a few of like this lady, what's her name, Schwarzenegger, he's been involved in. Then he said, "Mommy, now what is me cool be who So I was like, Oma would tell me, now I'm not become first, so Crunchy Ankara, not become myself. Yamina me kai. Then he mentions if you're saying, I say, and Yamina, or not become myself first. Me, na me more muaye.
Did your conversations border around whether the incident in itself could likely lead to some confrontations with the law?
He actually believes that he didn't do anything wrong. He's not apologizing for anything because he feels he did everything right.
So if he's invited by the police, and I know that's on the front.
He said he will go. He will go. And if, maybe this is maybe some private information, but listen, I work in the media. As we were there, we saw some CID personnel also coming in to speak to him. On what exactly, I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so let's speak to now let's listen to the young lady's mother. Is it Fia or so? The old lady.
Not sure. That's the girl's mother.
Okay, so we'll watch the girl's mother now.
Minimum kura, minimum she. Sadia ne sika sa change na minimum so beti e kasa enti. Enti me oba fie na me kasa kire no a se ei. Matena so me sam se busha bodo ato adwuma mu. Enti ane ayire ho na so adwuma school no anko amma boka kwa wanko. Na sa adwuma so anso wansua de ane wo da che na wo se no. Enti me so ana me kasa gunu so ho no se ei ante. Wo de on to bo ase busha kura wa kasa kire me enti metie.
I didn't know anything about it. From the way we were speaking to them about their future, I thought she was listening, only for her little sister to tell me she had taken some drugs. And then I asked what happened. I was on my way to church when I asked, so I didn't really wait for an answer. Only for me to get to the church room and see them being flogged as if they were not human beings. I was very embarrassed. I went for the belt and flogged the boy myself because he had caused me a lot of trouble. If my daughter had died in the process, he would have caused me enough trouble, and his mom as well.
Me bograna me fere sana me fere busha pa kamia me ko ji twa boy ne papa efisi wadi mewu sakura ni wuya wono ne dwen ho am ko fadura kokan na me bani wuya wa ha wo ma me aha me so.
After all the suffering I've been through till now, when he has helped me, Bishop has taken my daughter as his and advised her, but she didn't listen. If she's pregnant now and even gone to the extent of trying to abort, I wish he'll flog them even more because they did wrong. As for those calling for his arrest, if they don't stop,
nti so why me hunu na so ma be hunu ha no apie nyame fie dia minim sa ha na obesakra na so ama obi adaada no na school na wanko na bishop adom me na ode na etu adwuma ode na to adwuma ne ya kasa kire ndi so obetie na sai wantie no ne obi asa akonyem dwene ho asa akofadu aka yafunu no akunu ho dia Jesu a owu kura nka me kura me wubi ya kasa ya nche no no.
I'll rain curses on them before God and man. If they can, they should stop the nonsense they are saying about someone who has decided to help deliver us as well as our children.
And we also have an interview with the aide for Bishop Angel.
Yeah, Obinim.
Daniel Bishop Obinim.
Yeah, and that's on this, what is latest now, the fact that he's been wanted by the police and they've given him some ultimatum. I think his aide hints that he may report himself to the police today.
No, Bishop hasn't refused to honor the invitation. Bishop doesn't live in Tema. He doesn't have Tema. It's only a church building that is in Tema. So if they sent a letter to Tema, then they send the letter. Now, let me tell you something. Bishop has received a letter from Dovsu, and the letter came in on Friday evening, and it was brought to him by the Tema church resident pastor, who said somebody brought it to them that it should be forwarded to him. And the time they brought the letter, it was Friday in the evening. There's no way he can come to Dovsu on Saturday. There's no way he can come to Dovsu on Sunday. So for saying that he has refused to honor the invitation, at least they should have also followed up to check whether he has received the letter before they can conclude that he has refused. If they send the letter to Tema, he doesn't have a house in Tema. You know, Bishop residence is at the Asharibuche in Accra. So if you wanted to him to honor the invitation, you should have brought the letter there in Accra. Bishop is a law-abiding citizen. He's not bigger than the laws of this country. He has said it on many occasions that he respects the Ghana Police Service, he respects all government institutions and judges in this country. And for that matter, any invitation extended to him, he will honor it.
Yeah, okay. So that's what we have. We wait to see what happens today. Today is Monday. The day is here. Is he going to take himself to the police station? And what would they do to him, really? Are they going to arrest him? What kind of charges are they going to bring forward? Do you think that
as a society, perhaps maybe we misunderstand or misinterpret most of the things that he says? Because you spoke to him directly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think for people who do not attend his church, yes, we kind of, I don't know if it's misunderstanding him, but I believe that every church, I mean, we all have the way we do our things. Every prophet, for instance, will have a way of prophesying or revealing things. I mean, this is a man who believes that he's got many gifts. He thinks he's got the angelic gift, that he got a visitation from Jesus Christ. And you know, if you want to think of an angel like
Gabriel,
somebody who can fly, he's got the wings to fly.
Angel Michael.
And so listen, this is something that he said, that he can appear in your dream, and whatever he gives to you in that dream
will come to pass.
So if it was $10,000 he gave you in the dream, and in that dream you put that money under your pillow, you wake up with the physical money under your pillow. And he says, for instance, that he's appeared in the dreams of some of the members, and in some cases he's putting money in the bank, and people go and check, and yes, somebody made a deposit. There's a name, except that you don't even know who the person is. So you've got to be smart and say that, oh yeah, I know who put the money.
Where is the church? I want to be attending.
And then he says something which is significant. He says that people today are tired of the fasting and praying with no answers. And that's why they come to him. So if you believe in his cause, if you believe in what he does, and you have faith in him, you want to follow him. After all, we say, I mean, you can belong to whatever you want to belong to. Yeah. I can't say that everybody should look at him, not judging him. That's your opinion. I don't know how you view him, Roland, but this is how I see him. I went to sit with him.
If you ask me, do I have an opinion of him?
With a very open mind. I wanted to know who, and I think he was very grateful. He was really grateful that we wanted to sit down and know him, because he felt like people don't give him that opportunity. They just conclude with the little videos that go viral, and they conclude.
That
but
he
does a lot of things. He said he preaches. He's a pastor. He preaches the word of God. You know, it's just his prophecy side that people kind of know. Yeah. But the ultimate gifts is what Charlie. Yeah. And then he says he doesn't have friends, so he hardly. I asked about friends within the ministry, like other pastors as friends and things like that. But he says that he's grown to realize that there are people who are jealous of what he has and they want to set him up sometimes. So he's learned to keep to himself most of the time. Yeah. All right. But on this other issue, have your mother or your father didn't ever beat you?
Yeah, several.
Did they beat you correctly, like?
More than what he did.
I think the problem that people have is the fact that this was done in the church.
No, if you ask me seriously, I've said that, and I'm saying it here again. I think we're behaving hypocritically about this very subject. Because I mean, we do worse things.
Yeah, so. But I think that the issue that people have is the fact that this was being broadcast, even if it was in the church in front of and it wasn't live on TV, because this was live, streaming live.
It was streaming live?
Yes, it was live on television. You know,
not recorded and played back?
No, not recorded and played back. I think that's the only, issue that people have. But are we overreacting? Well,
we have to take a break. When we come back, we'll have a lot more for you to conclude the show. We know entertainment is also coming up, and Becky will be around the corner.